Welcome back to another episode of my vlog. I want to thank those of you guys who are new here and decided to click on this video to watch. And also thank those of you guys who have been rocking with me since I started this channel and started my vlogging. What's today? Today is Monday. And so it is Thanksgiving week. And so if you know anything about Thanksgiving week, then you know that means that it is busy, busy, busy. Especially if you're like the cook of the family and all of that stuff. So I have been, as you guys will see later on in this vlog, doing a little practice. Just an inside thing, but not necessarily practice, but you know, just pre-Thanksgiving cooking. Just to kind of prep the palates a little bit. I'm obviously not doing, I'm doing two traditional Thanksgiving things and then jerk wings, which is like a favorite. I have to always include some form of jerk, especially during Thanksgiving. But yeah, so I'm going to show you guys all of that later on in the vlog, how I'm prepping. I have not been one that has been like big on meal prep, but I realized at 36, going on 37, that I think I'm going to become the one who meal preps because I'm tired of cooking every day. I'm just at that place now. I am just tired of cooking every day, y'all. So I actually made quite a few things, which I'm gonna show you guys, as I said, later in the vlog, out of meal prep as well, so that I don't have to necessarily cook until Wednesday, because Wednesday, as you know, is when you're kind of cooking some things for Thanksgiving just to prep. And so I am cooking enough today to serve for today's dinner and also tomorrow, which is Tuesday. So that is why I'm making quite a bit of stuff. But I am currently trying to figure out, also like solidify really, my Thanksgiving menu. It's just going to be real low key this year. It actually has been like that for a couple of years now. Honestly, if you don't know, I've mentioned it probably in a last vlog or probably on my podcast, more than likely, Scratch Everything. I have been in no contact with my family for the past 2-3 years. I think fully 2 years. So this has been not as different, because even when I was in contact with them, honestly, I didn't have that great of a relationship. So holidays, for the most part, for like the past 5 years have been very different. It hasn't been that festive in the sense of having extended family and a big hurrah. But prior to that, I used to like go a lot. Me and my husband used to go a lot to my parents' house and, you know, have a big Thanksgiving there. But like I said, in the last 5 years, it has been really low key. For the first maybe like 3 years of the 5, it was a lot of grief because, you know, like holiday season is kind of like one of those times where everybody's posting on social media. Everything is about family. You know, there's just a lot of grief there. Yeah, but this year is totally different. Not that it isn't still hard sometimes, but I have grown a lot with my relationship with the Lord. And so he has definitely healed a lot of the, you know, the brokenness and all that stuff that was related to that. And I'm actually going to do like a whole sit down and talk about it in depth in full-on rawness about like what it really is like to not have contact with your parents, that whole ordeal and how it all turned out and all of that stuff. Because guys, it was not, one, it wasn't easy, and two, it wasn't drama-free. So let's just put it that way. But yeah, so like I said, I have been really getting closer to the Lord in the past, like super close to the Lord in the past year. And so I've noticed a lot of things he has definitely healed. Not saying that you're fully, you know, you're not human, you don't have emotions or triggers don't come up, or during the holidays it doesn't seem like, you know, you don't have feelings or whatever towards all the stuff that's happening, especially social media. But for the most part, like the grief and all that stuff has been gone. My mom actually reached out to me like maybe a week or two ago, especially because of the whole Hurricane Melissa thing and my family, most of my family being in Jamaica. And I think my dad is in Jamaica. Again, I haven't spoken to him, but he was supposed to be moving back to Jamaica because he built a house and all of that stuff. Prior to her reaching out to me, the Lord gave me a dream, because he speaks to me prophetically through dreams. And, you know, he already warned me about remaining obedient and not going back to where he's delivered me from. So when she reached out, it wasn't surprising, but at the same time, it was just the wrestle that you have in yourself, because obviously, again, you love them. It's not that you don't love them, but that's the cost of obedience. And so I had to not necessarily respond and not connect. And so I noticed like probably the last week or so, she actually blocked me. So that's that. And, again, it just proved what God showed me, where he was showing me that it's not what I thought it was. So, a lot of the times I have this kind of heart where I give people chances. I'm always thinking the best or thinking that people can change and always thinking positively, as we should, but we also shouldn't be naive. And so a lot of the times God has to use a lot of rejection and a lot of different things to maneuver me into being obedient, because I'm loyal to the fault. And so, I wouldn't say that didn't sting. It did, because I was just like, dang, after so much time has passed, it's still the same thing. But yeah, like I said, I'm doing a whole sit down on the rawness of, when God tells you to let go of those you love or your family and all of that stuff. And so be sure to look out for that, because I'm doing a little mini series about the lessons I've learned in my 30s with God. And so that's one of the biggest lessons, because a lot of that is not preached and taught about in terms of leaving behind family or people that you love. And we're always taught for forgiveness and all that stuff. And forgiveness is still, even in the midst of leaving those that you love, forgiveness is still required. So it's not like you're leaving those you love and you're just holding on to bitterness, or you're holding on to anger or resentment or any of that stuff. You have to forgive. That's a command. And so it doesn't negate forgiveness, but there are times where God does ask you to leave behind those, that are family, that are friends, those you love, whatever the case may be, when it's not good for your soul. And so, like I've said before, I've talked about this on my podcast, God cares more about your soul than anything else. And so sometimes that even comes with things, opportunities, career paths, whatever it is. God will strip things away from you just to preserve your soul, because at the end of the day, that is what he's caring about. That is what we are going to be accounted for, our soul. So like I said, I'm going to go into a whole thing. I'm creating a mini series where it's just really real in-depth, raw moments, nothing long. I feel like there's a lot of topics and a lot of things that I've gone through that God wants me to share as a testimony for his glory, and also things that I feel like millennials and Gen Zs just struggle with and no one is talking about, because it's one of those things that probably bring shame or guilt or just hard things to talk about. And so I'm gonna go into all of that. But like I said, it's gonna be really laid back this Thanksgiving. So today, what I'm gonna show you guys later on is a few recipes. All of these recipes will be on my website, by the way, so I'll have everything linked in the description. But I'm just kind of prepping the palate for Thanksgiving. And so I had an idea for Thanksgiving to make apple pie, and I actually ordered them from Orchard, only to find out they're not coming until Saturday. I'm so upset. So now I have to pivot and make sweet potato pie. Granted, nothing's wrong with sweet potato pie, because I love it. But I really had my mind set on apple pies, especially since I was getting these apples that I've fallen in love with called Sweet Tangos. Guys, if you have not tried them, I get them from Yes Apple. So it's actually an Orchard brand. They have an Orchard up in upstate New York. And so I order them from there. But them Sweet Tangos is something. But since I'm not getting it till Saturday, I am just going to make sweet potato pie. So I ordered in a small groceries tomorrow for Whole Foods to get some sweet potatoes, because all the sweet potatoes that I had, I used tonight to make my sweet potato casserole, which you guys are going to see later in the vlog. So be sure to watch. This vlog is less of me kind of talking about things, and it's just a lot more doing, because there was just so many things that I have done in the past 2 weeks or so. So enjoy. It's going to be family moments. It's going to be, holiday cheer, all of that good stuff. Oh yeah, I have been down and out for the past week, y'all, literally bedridden practically for most of the time. As you guys are going to see later in the vlog, a little bit later, I'm going to be talking about the fact that my shoulder and this side of my chest was hurting. And then it transitioned from that to literally my stomach just being done. And it's crazy because I actually fasted last week. Well, no, the week before that Friday all the way till Sunday. And if you don't know about fasting is something that brings on the spiritual warfare. So I knew, I was bracing myself. I'm not new to it. I was okay, but I wasn't expecting the trickle of downhill from that Sunday straight through. Literally, I just yesterday, which is Sunday, started feeling better, 110% myself. So it was crazy, from headaches to everything. I'm telling you, I was just wow, what what is going on. So yes, but your girl is back. And so welcome, welcome, welcome. Don't forget to subscribe, like and share this video for those who you know would want to actually enjoy this vlog, especially that now I have a few meal prep stuff that I am sharing in this. And I know a lot of you guys know me from Organs of Sweet Tea and my cooking. And so I have some really goodness coming to you throughout the rest of this vlog. So see you shortly. It is early Wednesday, and I am up at like almost 5 o'clock. I'm actually just now heading to bed. I was up really late, and it's probably gonna be like a really short nap. I'm using my Stanley, drinking my peppermint tea. I know, so Jamaican, but it's just has been one of those weeks. I think a lot has been just going on for me on social media, just in the world and all the things happening. I've really allowed myself to get like distracted, drawn emotionally just here and there with everything, every headline, every post, every opinion. Like, yeah, it was just one of those weeks where I've had to really have conversations with my husband and just like resetting my thought process, recentering in the word and all of the things. And so, yeah, so it's just been one of those weeks, but I am looking forward to the remainder of the week. We are midway, and tomorrow is actually my husband's birthday. So I've also been planning a few things in the works that he doesn't know of. So by the time he edits this, his birthday has passed. But it's the 12th today, so tomorrow the 13th is his birthday. And so I have been planning things, got him gifts that he is not aware of, and is getting this cake ordered that he loves from this bakery that we love in Brooklyn. And his favorite cake is carrot cake, so I'm getting him that for his birthday, and then doing like a little cute fun kind of cake top or whatever, something simple. But yeah, I'm going to cook his favorite dish for dinner, and hopefully if I can get a nice like non-alcoholic bubbly from Whole Foods, which we usually get this brand called Toast. They're amazing. It feels like you're drinking like some kind of spritzer or whatever, but it has no alcohol. If I can't get that, then I'll just work my hand at making a mocktail, which is cool. And yeah, so I wanted to show you guys really quickly one of the things that I got usually every year since we've been together. So we've been together for like the past 20 years, and every year, in every occasion, we usually get each other cards. But this year, I wanted to do something totally different, something a little bit more sentimental. I mean, the cards have been sentimental because I've always written in them and whatnot and found cards that really spoke to what I was feeling. But I wanted to do something super, super sentimental and just, you know, we've been together for so long, and, you know, it's his 36th birthday. And so I wanted to do something a little bit more sentimental. So I found this book on Amazon. I was searching like, what could I do on Amazon? And I found this book that literally has a foundation and a blueprint like already written out, but then you fill in the blanks for certain things to create this story or to write a book about the person. So it's kind of like a DIY card, but in book form. And it's really been so dope. So I just finished it actually. So it'll be ready for tomorrow. I'll just put a little bow on it, and hopefully he really likes it. But I wanted to show you guys really quickly just so you can see it. So yeah, so it's literally like this, and it says, I wrote a book about you. And then it literally has all of these things. And then obviously this is my handwriting. So they have places where you write and you pretty much just think about things that they're asking. So it's really cool. It has all of this stuff. I actually went ahead and did little illustrations based on what I wrote. And so don't mind the drawing, guys. I know I'm not no artiste, but he'll laugh at it. But yeah, so I did some of these drawings just to like add a little character and just to go a little above and beyond. Like literally you can add things, answer certain things, fill in the blank, and literally tell the whole story about the person. So this is like literally, you know, just an awesome, beautiful way to just really like reflect on the person that you're with and all of that stuff. And so yeah, that is the book. I highly, highly recommend. I think I literally spent like, I want to say $20 at most. I don't even think I spent 20, but like $20 or whatever. I will probably create a gift idea kind of list on my Amazon shop. And so I'll put that in the description, but I definitely recommend, they have different types as well, different kinds of the books. So for different occasions, different people, all of the things, it's really, really awesome. I really had a great time, actually writing through it, just reflecting, thinking, doing the little drawings. Obviously I did that myself. You don't have to, but I just did that because, you know, that's just something that me and him, it's kind of like a thing that we do with the like drawings and stuff. It'd be an inside joke. He would love it, just to make him laugh, just to be like, you know, I was just trying to give you the visual. But yeah, but it was really cool. And then I obviously have like all of his presents here. Like I have them literally tucked away underneath like my stuff here. So my son got him some things, as you can see. They're gift wrapped. I'm like, shout out to Amazon. I actually, this is my first time doing their gift wrapping option, but they really do a great job. And then they have like a little card. So some of them are obviously his stuff, my son's stuff that he bought for my husband. And then some of them are from me. So I just have to organize those when it's actually time to pull them out. Yeah, so that is just what I've been doing for the past day. And so, yeah, so I have been doing that. I think it was actually like Sunday or Sunday, I actually did the remainder of recipes for the site, which now I'm done completely with recipe development. So that is a chapter closed. I just literally have to put them up, which that's what I'm going to spend the rest of this week doing, and also posting on Food Over Faith, a new article I'm going to be having on prayer. So that's another thing. I feel like that's going to be an important one that is so important, the power of prayer. I feel like God placed that on my heart to write about, so I'm going to write that as well. And I'll have that linked in the description because I'm sure it'll be out by the time this vlog comes out. Yeah, and we're also preparing to get the other vlog, the previous vlog of this out, which you'll see like some BTS stuff and all of that. In this vlog, we're going to be doing Christmas stuff because we're going to do that tomorrow, God's willing, for his birthday. I've just was waiting on a few more Christmas decor that I got. And then I also got a second Christmas tree to put in the room because I just want to see lights. I love the lights. That's really the most thing that I like about Christmas, especially since like in my household, we didn't really have Christmas trees. So this is kind of like one of the moments where I've kind of made it kind of a tradition. Nothing, you know, crazy, nothing idealistic or anything. I just love the lights and just the holiday cheer, if you want to say that. But yeah, besides that, yeah, so you guys are going to see me do the decor, all the decor for the living room, the bedroom, and I'm going to have that on the vlog. And I'm also doing a giveaway next week, God's willing, for those who have been struggling with not getting their SNAP benefits, or those who have been furloughed. I'm doing a giveaway with my fam at Beast Health. So we'll be giving away blenders and also gift cards for groceries. So that I will, by the time you see this vlog, you've probably already seen the giveaway, because I actually talked about it slightly in my other vlog as well. Yeah, so that is just really been it. Besides that, I have to do the next podcast episode because I have mixed around some of the episodes. So some already have been recorded, but the next one I want to do is actually one that I haven't recorded yet. So I'm going to also record that this week and then start the Narrow Road series as well. So there's quite a few things to do, and then finish up my last client for food videography. And yeah, so that has been really the plan, and will be the plan for the rest of the week, God's willing. Also, if you guys have been seeing, if you guys ever come across Our Place and the ads that you see either on IG or on their YouTube, it's me. I truly, truly appreciate the love. That's a project that God has really placed in our vicinity to be able to do for an ad for them. And so you'll probably see it throughout the holiday season on Instagram and on YouTube. So if you do, thank you for the love. Yes, it is me. So if you do, DM me, message me, whatever, I just wanted to tell you in advance, if you watch the vlog, that it is me. But besides that, guys, I have just finished kind of reading the word. I'm going to obviously marinate on it a little little bit more. I actually started reading the book of Joshua, and it has really been something that I need in this season of transition and all the things, especially when I first read the first book. It was just so profound to me, just the 3 things that God asked Joshua to do. And it was to be courageous, to have strength, and pretty much have faith in him, that he would be with him like he was with Moses. And it really has just been profound to see how God has really throughout. So far, I'm on the 3rd chapter. I just finished the 3rd chapter, so I'm going to be on the 4th chapter. And just to see how God has really been with Joshua every step of the way, instructing him and instructing the people and instructing him how to lead the people and showing up and manifesting for the people so that they can know that he is also with them and with Joshua. And it's just been really so incredible so far. And just seeing the whole thing with Rahab and how that happened and played out, and just all the pieces, and just seeing how God is just super intentional and he doesn't miss. And so just being in this season of a huge transition has been hard to find my footing in the new space. I'm gonna be honest. Especially ministry is just so much that ministry entails that I just wasn't aware of until now, being a part of it, and not all for the good, right? And so I've been having a hard time finding my footing and seeing what that looks like, and how I'm supposed to use my creativity and the things of my past to further cultivate this new assignment. And so he's been giving me revelation and ordering my steps in a lot of things, but reading Joshua has really also opened up my eyes to just the trust factor and just being courageous and just doing what he said and being faithful in that, and trusting that he'll work it out, that he will order the steps and order the people in your life to actually help you unfold the very thing that he's called you to do. So I'm just really being encouraged. I'm really just guarding my heart, mind, and soul, especially now after I've just allowed myself to kind of go down this rabbit hole. Sometimes you feel like you have to be performative, or that you have to be a certain way or certain thing, especially on social media, for people to think a certain way of you. And I'm realizing now that being performative or people pleasing or doing things that will garner, an applause or a wow, you're amazing or whatever, doesn't equate to people accepting you, doesn't equate to people being for you. It doesn't equate to people loving you. And so we have to learn to actually be faithful and do the things of the Lord from the place of knowing who we are in Christ, our identity, which if you have not seen my podcast episode on identity crisis, I definitely recommend. I really delve into all the things as it relates to the importance of us being solid in who God is and who Christ is, but who we are in Christ. And so, so I will leave the link to that as well. But that has been something that I'm still working through, something that I'm still going from glory to glory to glory with. And so it has been a little hard during this time because, there's a lot of performative things happening, especially with giving and helping. And, it's the wrestle for me because a lot of the things for most of my life I've done in private, and people in my life or people around me has known what I've done. And so sometimes you feel like if you don't show what you do on social media or just, in public, people will assume you don't do it. And I've realized that you're not supposed to care about that. You're supposed to care about what the Lord said. And so that's just my take. But anyways, guys, I'm about to finish up, again, get ready for a little nap, and then I will chat again soon. Yorby. Hey, y'all. It is another day on the vlog, and we are getting decor going. I am that person that does it really early, and trust me, if I had everything, I would have had it November 1st, all up. But I was waiting on a few things, including this tree, because we have a tree in the living room, but I wanted to do a tree in the bedroom. And I did that probably 2 years ago or 3 years ago as well. But I didn't do it last year, but decided to do it again this year and got a better tree on Amazon. And so I will have the link in the description from the stuff that I got from Amazon. And also I got some stuff from Target, which is always my favorite place to get ornaments and certain little trinkets. So as you saw, we just put up the tree. And so we are now doing lights in the room. So we're starting the bedroom first. And then once you guys are going to see me put all the ornaments and stuff up, then we're going to go into the living room and do the bigger tree. We got quite a bit to do. It is 2:50 in the morning. I'm not tired. It's my husband's birthday, so we actually started off the morning. We stayed up so that he can be able to open his gifts, so he did that. We had our family moment. He loved his gifts, which were sentimental and also things that he really, really wanted. And so yeah, so now we are doing the Christmas stuff because he didn't want to spend the rest of the day on his birthday doing it. So I talked him into getting these stuff done. So once we do that and we do the one in the living room, then we would wrap up for bed. And then when we wake up a little later, we'll just have like family night and all that stuff. There's some things that I'm going to show you guys that he doesn't know yet, but you'll see it further on in the vlog. So yeah, so I'm about to set this up so that you guys can watch me do the ornaments and all that stuff. And yeah, so talk soon.
Deck the halls with boughs of holly. Fa la 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 la. 'Tis the season to be jolly. Fa la 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 la. Dawn we now are gay. Apparel. Fa la 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 la. Troll the ancient Yuletide carol. Fa la 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 la. See the blazing Yule before us. Fa la 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 la.
Hey y'all, so I'm up and like I was telling you guys, I got another surprise for my husband. So right now I just got his cake delivered. He's still asleep, so we're about to bombard him and we're about to surprise him with this cake. So I'm going to show you guys the cake and I'm gonna put his little candles on and get all of that ready, and then I'm gonna get him surprised. So stay tuned, guys.
But the children of Israel again played a harp, just as he delivered Israel.
Happy birthday to you.
Oh my gosh.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Tara. Happy birthday to you.
Thanks for waiting until you see the next.
Why you bake a cake? What that mean?
So I am finally finished cooking dinner. As you can see, I have barbecue chicken breast, which had the bone in it, which is actually more cost efficient if you're looking for organic chicken breast that is bigger. So even one really can serve two people if you cut it up like I cut it up. But I had two. And so I made that barbecue chicken with white rice, something simple. And then of course our caramel iced latte. So that is dinner. So I'm about to eat that. And of course, as you saw, I got my vitamins and all of that good stuff. And yeah, that is going to be my evening. We have, like I showed you guys earlier, cake for dessert. And yeah, there's a lot that I want to catch up on and talk about, but I'm about to eat first and then we will talk. Maybe later, or I'll probably just wait until tomorrow. But anyway, BRB. Happy Saturday. it is time for me to photo shoot for a new profile pic. So the pic that you guys probably will see already updated at this point is what I'm shooting for today. And then I have the talking point of the giveaway to do, trailer for this YouTube channel. So it is going to be a shoot evening. So currently getting ready for that. And yeah, that is what I really have for today. I have been really enjoying some time with my family, and obviously I was showing you guys early in the vlog that it was actually my husband's birthday, so that was like a nice little time away that I had. We had a really nice time. I made him like one of his favorites for dinner, and then we had cake. He opened up his gifts. We had a nice family moment. Then we had just movie night and stuff, just really chilled. And so he really enjoyed all of his gifts, especially the book that I showed you guys earlier in the vlog. He actually really liked that. And then I got him a few other things that he really wanted. And we also got the Oura ring. So if you guys aren't aware of the Oura ring, that's something that we wanted to get for a while, and that's just like something that helps to track your health and stuff like that, and it's really dope, especially for him. He exercises on the Peloton, and so it I think it actually connects to his Apple Watch and everything, so it's definitely great for him. And for me, I'm going to be really reading up into a lot of the ways that you can actually use it, but for right now, using it to like make sure you're tracking sleep and all the things that you're doing, just health-wise. Again, health is wealth, and so that's cool. So we got matching ones. We both got gold. And so he got that for his birthday as well, as like part of his gift, on top of a new Beats headphones that he wanted, and just some fun things that me and my son got him, which is so funny. One of the things was actually this thing from Amazon, which is super, super funny. It's supposed to be a toilet timer. So it's like, you know, those sand kind of, those sand timer things where it just, the sand goes down. That was like a funny inside joke that me and my son got for him. So we just got some funny things, and yeah, funny, a mixture of funny, sentimental, and techie, because he's a tech guy. So that was his whole thing. That was his gifts. He had a great time. We had a great time. It was nice and chilled. Yeah, that's the thing. His birthday is like near the holidays, so technically you don't do a lot, because the holidays are coming up anyway. But it was just nice to have a nice chill time, especially in New York. It's like really cold these days. I feel like winter just kind of like hopped right on in and said skip fall. So it's like, who's trying to be outside? No one. Not in this winter cold. So yeah, so it was nice. It was nice and chilled. But yeah, but anyways, I'm excited because today I am actually going to be really stepping up my makeup game. I've been watching YouTube University, and I am going to attempt to do quite a few bit of steps. So as you can see, I literally just did my honey milk that I have from pharmacy, and that's what I first did on my face after cleansing, and then I actually used the Elemis Superfood Moisturizer. Yep. So that gives it like a really nice glowy kind of look, and it's a great primer. And so that is what I use for the base. And now we are about to dive in, folks. So I'm about to do all of this, start with my foundation and show you guys the whole thing. Hopefully I remember all the steps and I do it right, but we're gonna attempt for the first time and see how everything goes. Just make sure I don't have anything on my face. All right. right, y'all. So this is the look. As you know, I'm gonna always have a red lip. A lot of you guys always are asking about the color of my lipstick. It is actually by the Lip Bar. There it is, the Lip Bar, and it is a Black-owned vegan lipstick, liquid lipstick. So I really have been liking it. Usually I use Kylie Jenner's liquid lipsticks because I really like her stuff. I have quite a few of her liquid lipsticks. But I've actually recently bought this probably like 2 months ago or so because I've always wanted to try their lipstick. And so I bought this one and I'm really liking the red. And it's actually Boss Lady. So that is the red color. And so that is what I am wearing. And you guys, this tool I got, this little Q-tip that I got, this tool is been a game changer. Usually I use a regular Q-tip, but this one, if you can tell, it has like a triangular kind of tip. And so that has been great to get like right in the little crease there of your lip so that you can shape your lipstick to your lip. So yeah, this is a game changer. I have it in my Amazon shop, so I will link that in the description as well. I'll have like a makeup list inside my Amazon storefront/shop. So, and then obviously I always set it with this milk spray. And so that is what will just give that finishing kind of glowy look. And yeah, that's it. I actually am really liking the makeup. I'm like, okay, it's looking better and better each time. I know that I have to do a lot more practice and obviously get used to a lot of the steps because I just literally have been eyeballing it a bit with what I have, the YouTube videos I've been watching. But obviously as I get more and more in step with it, get more and more used to the different brushes and the products and the steps, I know that I will perfect it. But I must say that it looks really good. So I am pleased with the extra steps. I feel like now my face looks more like I have makeup on, but it's still light enough for me, which is great. I don't like it to feel super packed. But the only thing that I don't care for is this mascara, y'all. I haven't done mascara in quite a few years, and I now see why I stopped. Because bro, this joint is literally just like clumping. I see why people just use fake eyelashes. Haven't gotten to that step yet, but yeah, the mascara thing, I'm like, it's a lot to just try to put it on properly. And obviously, as you can see, it just clumps your eyebrows, your eyelashes. And I'm pretty sure also because my eyelashes are not as voluptuous as they used to be. That's also another thing. So it's just various things. If you guys have any troubleshooting skills, please let me know in the comments when it comes to mascara. But I can now see why people just do the fake eyelashes and just skip this entire step. And it looks way more voluptuous and fanfare, right? Like this is supposed to be fanfare and it's not fanning. So yeah, that's the only thing. If I ever go down the route of, I've had like fake eyelashes before when I've done like professional kind of photo shoots, like for my maternity and stuff like that. If I do go down the route, I have always wanted to probably test it out a bit. If I do go down the route, I would actually go to like an actual spa to have them install it individually, because honestly, I would want it to have more of a natural look and be more long lasting versus just buying it and gluing it on. So I would probably get them individually installed. So I don't know, maybe I'll test that out. Who knows? But as of right now, this is gonna work and this is gonna do its thing. And so yeah, so like I said, since getting some more of the tools like this sponge for the powder and all of that stuff, it has definitely made a big difference. So I am excited to just continue to again practice and perfect this makeup thing. Yeah, I feel like if you can do your own makeup, that's like a step, a great plus versus but I mean, always, even if you can do it, you can always just get someone to do it for special occasions and stuff like that. But if you can perfect your own thing, especially if you're in front of the camera more, I think that's more of my thing. Now that I'm doing more camera work, I want to kind of have like that professional-esque kind of look in my makeup. So yeah, but besides that, like I said, I'm about to get ready. We're going to start off with doing the photo shoot for the profile pics, and then I'm going to work my way through the videos that I have to do, and then the podcast to end it off. And hopefully we will end off early tonight. I have really been like, this channel, as you can see, I'm making a few changes, like changing up the banner, changing up the mission. I know I've been changing it since I've started, but I feel like now I've taken some time away from just social media content, all the things, and has just really been sitting with the Lord, and has really been just settling into this new role that I'm in. It has been different because obviously coming from food with Organs and Sweet Tea and being behind the scenes and just, cooking out of passion and helping people in that way, it is something interesting and new to do, more front facing, doing ministry and that sort of thing. So it was a super hard transition to go from like being a cook all the time to now being into ministry. And although like we have the Faith and Flavor Fridays, which I'm going to do monthly now, just one video per month, just because again, like this is the forefront. And so vlogs and the podcast and those things are the things that the Lord wants me to focus on. And so those are going to be more in the forefront. So the cooking Faith and Flavor Friday stuff is going to be monthly, so once a month. And so I've just been learning to kind of settle into this new transition. The transition has been tough. It has been uncomfortable. It's stretching in faith and belief and trust, all of the things. But I have definitely been, just like I said, just really seeking the Lord on it and really just focusing on prayer and just settling and, reading Joshua, the book of Joshua, and just seeing how the Lord really like maneuvered his steps and what he really told Joshua to do in terms of being courageous, being strong, and trusting that he's with him as he was with Moses. Like I felt like that really spoke to me, especially in my current season. And so, trusting that God is going to be with me like he was with me with Organs and Sweet Tea, and building that and helping people and building community and changing lives in that segment of my life. I'm trusting him in this segment. So there's going to be a few changes to this channel. I kind of like sifted out a few things that's not necessary, like the Narrow Road series and those kind of things, maybe in the future. But as of right now, my focus is going to be the vlog and the Faith and Flavor Fridays. And so those are going to be like what you're going to see this channel mostly about. Yeah, I'm excited about this journey. I'm excited about just settling in and building community. And I really hope that you guys enjoy this journey. It is definitely one that is different because a lot of, vlogs and stuff are about buying things and going out and doing this and living this kind of luxury life. And I wanted to create this space to be authentic, to be mundane, to be really living life with Christ in the midst of so many different titles, roles, phases, whether you have money, don't have money, all of the things. And so I really hope that this vlog and these vlogs and this space creates that safe space for you to come and we just rock out learning how to adult with him, because that's what it's all about, adulting with him. And being a millennial and being an adult as a millennial is wild work, because as you can see, we have inherited quite a bit. And my Gen Z folks following us, I just want to be more of an example and kind of be that buffer to be like, I know that it's a rough terrain that we kind of came up in as adults, but we can do it. And just like every generation before us, we will make our imprint. And for the ones coming after us, they will follow. And hopefully we can create, a better roadmap and road path for them to be able to have as a blueprint. And so rambling, but I'm about to get ready, y'all. And then you're going to see me in BTS and all of that good stuff for a lot of these things. And so, yeah, I am excited and be right back. All right, y'all. This is the look. So it is red on red and it is a full red dress, which you guys will see more of in the BTS. This is the look for the first. As you can see, my hair got a little fuzzy, but that's all right. It actually gives it a little bit of body. So not too bad, not too bad. Yep, just put a little light grease. I like to use this, I don't know how you say it, but it's Oyu or Oe or Oi. Guys, I be butchering stuff. And so I like to use their light hair oil because it's super, super light. And usually you use it for like a protective oil for when you're doing like heat and stuff or like for color. But I just love the lightweight. Like I said, especially since my hair is super, super lightweight, it'll allow it to have that nice sheen without weighing down. And so, yeah, that is that. So this is the look. And so I'm about to go. So all I gotta do is put on my little rings to wear. And I'm about to go and get this shoot done. So see you guys in the BTS.
Push the limit, break the chain.
So I am finally finished with the photo shoots and the video shoots for this channel. And so it's a little late, it's like 11 o'clock, but we didn't do too bad. We got quite a bit done. I feel very good about everything. All of the photos, that's going to be for like the profile pics and all of that stuff. The video, which is going to be the trailer for this channel. So I feel really good about it. My husband and I was actually just talking about just doing content in this space of ministry and just like, what does that look like, and just what people are looking for, what they expect, and just kind of like figuring out how to be authentic in the space, but at the same time taken seriously, but at the same time be relatable, just all the things. And it's just a very interesting path to walk down, the narrow road. And when you just think about just the disciples and just Paul and just the people of the Bible and how they walked out their paths and their callings, compared to today, it just seems like that wouldn't even fly. Like, it's boring to do. That's just something that I have wrestled with, because you think serving people is about caring a lot about their preferences and all that stuff. And while there is a truth to that, there is a foundational truth of like true service to people, though, is ensuring that what you give them is healthy and good for them. And so even with like when we think about medicine, like there's a lot of medicines that taste horrible. They taste really bad, but they're very good for us and they actually do the job and actually get us better. And so I think that's one of the things I'm realizing even with ministry, the fact of like not trying to make it so palatable that it becomes entertainment or becomes lukewarm or becomes just content and people aren't edified in the way they should be. Like their lives aren't transformed, their hearts aren't transformed. Like they're just living on this high for conviction, but no change. And I talk about this like on the podcast on a few episodes actually, especially one that's coming up about like not being a marvel. I think that's probably, I don't even know, I think probably like 3 or 4 episodes from where we're at right now on the podcast, but I already shot that one. And so yeah, I talk about that heavy on that episode because I feel like that's kind of like the era we're in, where everything is just convict me of my wrong, point out my wrong, snatch my edges, do all of the things, but I won't change, I won't transform, I won't actually be different than I am. And I'll just come back. It's like a high. I come back for the conviction again. I come back for the truth being told to me again, versus actually creating content and spreading the gospel in a way that really transforms the hearts of those who hear. And yeah, so that is really like a very hard place to be in as a creator in the space, especially when you are not just creating content, but you're actually evangelizing. And you know, the calling is to be an evangelist, and that's hard to do in this world today where everything is just how to get them to retain their attention in like the first 5 seconds, and what to do and what thumbnail titles to put and how to like manipulate them in being vulnerable and transparent so that they feel like they can relate but not truly be authentic in terms of what you're saying and doing. Like it's just a lot. And that's why when I was doing Orchids of Sweet Tea, it was just so much easier. I mean, I had similar gripes and similar challenges being behind the scenes in Orchids of Sweet Tea and walking it out the way I did in the food space. But now looking back, I'm like, the amount of changes I made and the evolution that I made within myself and the times that I left, I left creating content for a little while and going to God and praying about it and doing all of that stuff and then coming back refreshed and coming back with fresh vision. I realized that was like the greatest thing I could have done, because just seeing the way that people's lives were changed, even when it was just food, was rewarding. And so I feel like coming into this ministry space and doing these vlogs and doing even a bit of food content and putting the gospel on it and all of those things, like I don't want to be performative. I don't want to be an influencer in the Christian space. I don't want to be a Christian content creator. I want to be a Christ follower, and I want to create content that reflects that. And it can feel very lonely in this space doing that because you don't see that. There's just so much gimmicks and marketing and branding around content and ministry that it feels like you can be drowned out by all of that trying to just do it the real, authentic, foundational way. And that doesn't say that you can't be creative doing it that foundational way. The creativity, that's what I was telling my husband, like I was talking to him about it, like the creativity is to be the expression of what God has placed in me, not to be creative in my way of trying to garner attention or garner views. It's like, no, it's actually supposed to just be like an expression of what God has placed in me. So if I'm creating and being creative from any place that is not within, and it's just learning the lay of the land or copying someone else or trying to take this and take that and make my own, then I'm not truly creating from within, and I'm not really being authentic in my creativity, if that makes sense. But yeah, basically I'm just learning that like it starts with me. So I'm my target audience. I'm the creativity that I wish to see in the world. I'm not trying to create to garner anything. I'm trying to create to put out into the world what God has put in me. And in that, I pray that it solves a problem. That in that, I pray that it edifies in the way it should. And in that, I pray that it helps the person watching, which is you. And so that has been like, it's been our conversation for some time, but, and even in like, again, like Orchids and Sweet Tea and all that stuff. But I think now in ministry and doing things differently and not based on a blueprint is definitely part of that as well now, especially since you're teaching the word. There's a weight to that, and there's a responsibility to that, and there's a responsibility to your influence, and there's a responsibility into everything that you put out, because you're being a leader and you're leading real lives, real souls. And so I know I'm getting real deep, y'all, but that's just like how it's been in my thought process. And you know, God has been very meticulous to me about certain things when it comes to what he's called me into this ministry to do. It's really just doing that, being obedient and not worrying about the following count, the views, the numbers, the popularity, none of that. Because at the end of the day, I want to keep my peace. I want to have that well done versus just the thing of like you were popular and your name was great and people followed your brand and all of these things. It's like, I want that peace, even though there's going to be adversities and there's going to be tests and trials. So I'm not saying that's not going to come regardless of even when you're obedient, but I'm just saying that in the midst of that though, he gives peace because of obedience. And so that is what I'm like, I want to maintain that peace, that relationship that I have with the Lord. I don't want to gain the world and lose my soul. And so, yeah, so that is just a gist of like the conversation. I started reading this book by John MacArthur. I think I probably briefly mentioned it when I showed it in like my second vlog or whatever. It's called I think it's about the disciples being ordinary men. Can't remember the title off the rip, but it's something of that nature. I will show you guys later on in the vlog. But so far I read chapter 1 and it's been just extraordinary to just see how much God calls the most simplest, unlearned person and people to do his greatest work, because in that he gets full glory and there's no room for human glory. And so when I see, you know, everyone is trying to be this great thing or to be better at the craft, it's like, no, how he's often done it with the disciples who became apostles and other people in the Bible. It's like they were them and the Holy Spirit in them is what made them great. You didn't have to worry about what you had to say because the Holy Spirit would give you that. You didn't have to worry about being educated because the Holy Spirit gave you the knowledge and the wisdom of the scriptures. Like, it's just a different time. That's all I gotta say. That's all I got. It's a different time. But yeah, I don't want to ramble. Of course, we're going to talk about this further. And like I said, doing podcast episodes about it and all that stuff. But yeah, so now that I'm done, I'm about to take off all of this stuff. I'm so hyped because the makeup is still looking good. It's like in place, y'all. Like, this is probably the first time, even when I wear my glasses, like usually I will have like really bad creases. Like you can see a little, but it's for the most part, like my makeup, even the lipstick, everything is like intact after like a full on like photo shoot and video shoot. So I'm headed in the right direction, y'all. I'm headed in the right direction with the makeup. Like I said before, when I was doing it, I have to do some practice, but yeah, for the most part, it's really doing good. So I'm about to take all this off, wash my face, and eat. I have some soup that I am about to warm up. I feel like every time I do a vlog, I'm drinking soup. And I feel like you guys are probably going to be out here like, girl, is that all you eat? And it's like, no, it's not. But every time that I remember to actually film a vlog, it's when I'm making soup. Because I'm still trying to get used to this vlogging thing, guys. Like, really vlogging not every aspect, but you know, a lot of times I'm just present in the moment and doing stuff that I'm not thinking about vlogging it. But I'm getting better at this vlogging stuff. So yeah, so got my hair in my little thing so that it doesn't get wet, because as you can see, a lot of it has gotten a little fuzzy, but that's okay because I'm about to get braids just now. For December, God's willing, I'm about to make that appointment and get the braids in for the new year. But yeah, so I'm about to just wash my face and get that skincare going. And after that, I'm about to eat the soup. I'm gonna make some garlic bread with that, because nothing like garlic bread with a little soup. About to just chill for the rest of the night and do like, oh, who's watching this show, guys? I got to show you guys the show. After I settle in, get my soup and all that stuff, I'm gonna show you guys a glimpse of the show that we found on, is it Peacock or is it Hulu? I think it was Peacock. It's either Peacock or Hulu, but I'll remind you guys. But it's so great. The UK shows, I just love the UK and African shows. Like I feel like the premises are just way better and the acting is way better. But yeah, it's a UK show and it's about an assassin and it is super, super dope, guys. I will show you guys. I think it's called The Jackal. Yeah, I think it's called The Jackal. And I will show you guys that. It is really good. So we watched like 3 episodes, I think, yesterday. So I'm about to probably watch an episode or 2 tonight for bed. And then that's the night, that's the evening. It was a rather interesting evening, a rather interesting morning, actually, I should say, because I woke up, used the bathroom, and the toilet just was like flushing nonstop. And I was like, what is going on? I don't understand it. My husband asked the doorman and he was just like, he told him what to do. And so he was able to do it, thankfully, because he was like, if it doesn't work, then he would have to call someone, a super. And I was like, oh man, you know how it is. And if you're in Brooklyn and you're in apartment buildings, the joints be taking long. Like, you call a super and you're probably not getting that done for like at least a good day or 2. And nobody had time for that because that joint was super loud and it was just flushing nonstop. I just didn't understand it. So yeah, but thankfully we are back in business. The bathroom is back to normal and we're good to go. So yeah, so like I said, I'm about to take this off, guys. I'm going to show you guys, as always, I have my Aquarius. It's actually Herbivore is the brand, and it's their Aquarius Holy Grail for me, folks. If you suffer with acne, this is perfect. This is for acne prone skin, and it has BHA and blue tansy, and it's a clarity cleanser, and it is amazing. And it's great for my acne, but it's not harsh for my sensitive skin. So it's like literally like one of my top favorites. I actually just got 2 more bottles, which I think got delivered last night, but I'll probably get it from my doorman tomorrow. I got 2 more of these from Amazon because I usually get it from Sephora, but they were out of stock. So I found it on Amazon. If you have acne prone skin and you are like really looking for that cleanser that does the job, keeps your skin clear from acne and cleanses it really well, but also doesn't irritate your sensitive skin, like this is perfect. So that's what I'm going to use as my cleanser. I feel like when I have makeup, I feel like I always want to put on like to deeply cleanse my pores, just because I just feel like it just needs that deep clean. And so I think I'm going to probably go with the turmeric by Cora, their turmeric mask. And so I think I'm going to do that after. And then I'm going to do the rest of the stuff to take off my makeup. As you guys know, I got my thing on a different angle today because it needed to charge, because I was actually showing you guys BTS, my Osmo, so I have it on the charger. But this is Pharmacy, so this is my green cleanser, green clean, so that is what is going to melt away all of this makeup. But before I do all of that, I obviously start with my lip first because that's the most intense one that gotta get a bit of wiping. So I always use my go-to Garnier, and this is their micellar cleansing water. So this is what I usually use to take off my lipstick. I got my little pad thingies here that I'm about to use, and do that, and then I just use the green cleanser to take off the rest. that's it for that. So now I just literally melt away my whole face. All this makeup off. Look at that. It's growing right up. It's crazy. I actually use the Bobbi Brown. It's like an oil cleansing oil. So I use that next because I just like to make sure everything is off. Just put it on after I do my green cleansing. So I just literally rub it all in. I actually need to get more of this because as you can see, it's finishing because I literally use it so it double cleanses and make sure everything is off my face. And then you will rinse it right off. And what I'm about to do actually, since I got all this makeup off, I'm about to just put my hair up right now. So I'm about to just make life easier for myself and literally wrap this bad boy and put it up because as you can see it is already on its last leg. Cannot believe it. The joint curled up like that. Literally a little touch of water. But I think the great thing is knowing that like my curls are still good. That's the excellent part, to know that it's not damaged by this silk press. My joint is real bootleg, y'all. I don't know how some people do their thing. I actually saw there was a scarf that actually you just put it on and do a little twist, and then your hair is literally perfectly wrapped. I was like, I need to get that because I never knew how these people did it. The Dominicans did it when it was time to wrap your hair. I just do just enough to get it in a nice little wrap-like position, and then I just put, as you can see, my little bobby pins in there, and that's it. We're good to go. That's all I need. And then I got my Josie Maran. It's a jojoba oil, so I use it on both my face and sometimes my hair. So I just put a little in my hand and just rub it on, just so that my hair gets a little nourishment. But again, it doesn't weigh it down. I don't want it to be too much to weigh it down. Just light oil to keep it hydrated a bit. And that is that. That is the best I'm gonna get in terms of a wrap. So now I'll just put on my little head tie. I actually got these little head wraps from Amazon, y'all, so I will link it in my Amazon shop as well. I feel like they're super cute. So that's all. That's that. So I'm just gonna put it up a little so I can actually wash my face. But that's that, y'all. Face, hair is clear, so now I can get the face done. I actually realized on the bottle it does the deep cleaning already too, so you don't have to. And they also have those little sponges that you can use to kind of scrub your face. I don't generally like scrubbing it like that. I feel like if you just do it enough times, product will do what it needs to do. We are good and we are good to go. But as you can see, skin is clean, everything is back to normal. So that is it, y'all. That is my skincare for tonight. And so I am going to do all the things I said. I will show you guys a glimpse of the show once I start that. Yeah, good night, folks. We will be chatting again. We gotta go, yeah. What is going on, folks? It's Wednesday, early morning. As you guys know, I am always up late. I find it's just so much more creativity that flows at night in the early mornings. And so I'm usually up and getting ready to go to bed probably like around 5-ish, which means that I wake up late mornings, and it's just easier because the whole house is kind of more wind down, because when you have kid and dogs and all the things, be a lot going on during the day, folks. So I am a little down and out. I'm just having like, I don't know what it is, but there's like a shoulder pain literally at my shoulder and like this side of my chest, which is really hurting. And so I've just kind of been in bed all day for the most part. I mean, I got up and, made food and washed
dishes a bit, but for the most part, I've just been in bed. And so I, as you can see, have my pillow propped behind me, and I am just watching this show and also getting some work done. I'm doing a blog post, food blog post. And so that is what I am currently just trying to chill, rest this side of my arm, which is the left side, which is not my prominent side, but at the same time, it's kind of hard to not use it entirely, especially if I'm like trying to get work done and stuff like that. But being that my right hand is more of my prominent side, I don't have to use this one as heavily. So that's what I'm kind of doing, propping myself up and relaxing. I did a little bit of a heating pad, and then I did a bit of ice on that side, because you know the heating pad gets the blood flow flowing, but then the ice brings down the inflammation. So it has died down quite a bit from the ice, but I realized that it's actually been hurting since yesterday. And I'm guessing the moments where I find that I'm doing great and the pain is going down, when I tend to actually, use it and move around too much, or use my arm too much, or sleep on it, that's when the pain starts to kind of come back. So I'm realizing that I have to just rest for maybe a day or two, just for it to completely be gone, so that I'm not constantly reigniting the pain. So, yeah, because it wasn't hurting as bad yesterday. It was more like a little bit of a nag, but I realized this evening it really started to amp up. So I realized I'm using it too much. So yeah, so now I'm resting and whatnot. And so, so that's what I'm doing, watching the show, getting a little bit of work done in the meantime, and just wanted to vlog a little because I have not vlogged. I didn't vlog in the past probably 2 days, since there's just been so many things that I've been doing, especially at home and stuff. So, which I know I'm supposed to vlog, but sometimes you're just not even thinking about vlogging. You're just trying to get things done. So I have recently been reading a new book. So as you guys know, in the first couple of vlogs, I was talking about the Jesus Parable book by John MacArthur. And so I finished that one, as I told you guys, I think in vlog 3, if I'm not mistaken, or maybe 2. But I finished that one. And so now I am reading another book by him, actually. Surprisingly, because I wasn't looking technically for a book by him, but I came across this one and was like, well, he has a great way of breaking down the word in the first book. So I was like, let me see this book. So this one is actually, if you guys can see it, it's called 12 Ordinary Men. And it is really, really good, folks. I have it in my on my Amazon storefront, and so that's linked in the description, of course. And just go in the I think it's books and devotional, or the Bible and devotional, and so I have that in there, and it has been really, really good. I just started reading it 2 days ago, and so it's just really been great for me to read in this season of my life, in the transition into ministry and all of the things. And I see a lot of things that reflect my current season that I've been in the past year. And it just really reflects on how much it's really God that actually is shaping us for greatness. And the greatness is obviously the service and the thing that you're called to. It's more of him and less of us. And so this book has really been an eye-opener so far, especially seeing how the disciples were literally just ordinary men. They weren't men that were of any stature, men of any rapport, just like Jesus made himself. They were literally just the same. Actually, matter of fact, I think John talks about how most of them came out of Galilee, which was considered the most low class and the most unlearned kind of people. And so it just is so crazy to see when we look in scriptures, and we just look, even just reading this, just to see how God has been so meticulous in choosing things that are super ordinary or super small or super insignificant, just so that he can reflect his great power, and he can transform something into something that is so profound. And it really just lets you realize, as much as even in this transition, to be honest, to be transparent, feeling like you're not necessarily fit for the job, in the sense of I'm not of anyone. I haven't gone to seminary school. I don't have this astute degree, or just circle of people that are in ministry, or just, this great level of knowledge as it relates to just some other people that might be already in ministry. And I think it just gave solace to understand that's what God does on purpose. And so, yeah, that has been like a really great thing to read about. And so that's what I've been reading about. So many other things, like I'll further break down the book as I continue to go in, but he broke down the whole idea of like how God uses the foolish things to confound the wise. And I know a lot of people quote that scripture, but it's actually more so just talking about, like I said, God using ordinary things to confound those who think that they're super wise, which in those times were the Pharisees, the people that were part of the Sanhedrin, those who knew the text well, who had greater status. And so it's so interesting to kind of see that play out in church today, where you have a group of people who think that, you know, they're so wise, so profound and whatnot, but how God uses small people or small things or things that appear foolish to those wise, you know, super elite people as the thing that he's actually using to bring great wisdom to even those who think that they're wise. So yeah, so it's been a really, really great book so far. I think I'm still in chapter 1 actually, because he has several breakdowns. I don't think I've gotten to chapter 2 yet, but it's been very profound. As you can see, like I'm actually reading the book as I always do when I'm actually reading a book, highlighting, taking notes, that sort of thing. So that's why I usually take my time, digest everything, and don't rush through it, because I don't want to just read the book for the sake of reading it. I want to read it to fully digest it, just like how I read the Bible. I've learned to read and study versus just reading just to read. And so, yeah, so that's been a very profound, great book to read. I actually have my husband reading it too. He has the Audible version though, because he likes to do it while he's doing other things, like editing or working around the house or just, you know, sitting around or whatever. And so I got him the Audible version. I feel like so far I've been getting back into physical books, which is great. And so John MacArthur, shout out to him. He has some very great books that I recommend. I don't know his full-on doctrine or stance on certain things, because, you know, everyone has a category or denomination. Don't really care. I honestly just want to make sure that you're actually accurate with the scriptures. And for the most part, I haven't seen or felt anything from his books or what he's written that has seemed too far-fetched. So that on the book. I have some lemon ginger tea, and I have it with like turmeric and black pepper, which, you know, turmeric is great for inflammation, so that'll also help as well. Like I said, just chilling, guys, and just gonna relax a little bit. I'll be. So I am about to show you guys the stuff that I actually have been making, cooking. So I think the wings, the jerk wings and the lemon pepper hot honey wings are finished. And so I am about to check on the whole chicken, which I spatchcocked, and then also show you guys how I do my casserole. So I'm about to show you guys. So you already.
All right, y'all. This is how she's looking. She's practically done. As you can see, she's nice and charred, which I like. And it's actually cranberry maple. And then as you can see, I got the wings over here and then the sweet potatoes. So I am about to do the casserole, put that in. And these wings are good. These are the jerk wings and those are the hot honey lemon pepper. So yes, I'm about to take this whole chicken out, prep the sweet potato casserole, and then show you guys all of that. I can't believe you guys, you see this pimple? I have popped it and then put like a treatment on it, and it's just annoying me because I hate when they're just like, they just randomly pop up like at the worst times. Sorry guys, but yeah, I'll be back.